Time now for Reporters Roundtable to put the headlines in perspective. Bud and Ross both still with us. Ross, I'll start with you. You know, letting voters decide how much property taxes can be increased. That was a lot of talk going into the session, but we really haven't heard much about it since then. Why not?
Well, it's a big priority for the Senate, for Dan Patrick in particular, for Paul Bettencourt, a senator from Houston. They sent it over to the House. It's languished there, but Dennis Bonnen, the head of the House Ways and Means Committee, where they write tax bills, took it up last week, and I expect it to be one of the things we talk about as we close the session. Will something action be taken on this budget?
It's one of the bills the House to some extent has been playing keep away with a lot of Senate priorities. This is one of them, but this is one that Governor Abbott wants something passed on this, whether it's the House or Senate version.
Let's talk about Tarrant County Republicans, Bud. Eliminating the one-punch straight ticket voting that passed the House. It cleared a Senate committee as well. Ross mentioned it's even kind of on a rocket down there in Austin. Most Republicans support it, but not everyone in Tarrant County.
You know, the people who really want to do away with straight ticket voting are the people from Harris County who all got booted out of office last election. But in Tarrant County, which is still a Republican county, you had Stephanie Click, Jonathan Stickland, and Giovanni Caprillione were against doing away with straight ticket voting. They said it's more convenient for the voters. They like Tarrant County voters being able to vote a straight Republican ticket.
They didn't stop it in the House, Ross. What do you expect the Senate to do? Just pass this thing with flying colors?
I think it's going to fly out of there. You know, the Republicans right now want to get rid of it. When the tables are turned, they wanted to keep it. So right now it's to their advantage to get rid of it, and I think they will.
But, we saw some figures last week about how voters turnout was for black and Hispanic voters, only up slightly over the Obama election. Give us some perspective and context on that. What do you think that might have led to?
Well, of course, that explains a lot about this House session. If you look at the paper and see that the black and Hispanic voting was only up 80,000 and the Anglo voting was up 800,000, then no wonder it's so easy to pass a sanctuary city bill to make cuts that affect low-income Texans. If people don't vote, this is what they get.
What's your reaction to that, Ross?
The voting demographics are not the same in Texas as the population demographics. Hispanics aren't as well represented at the ballot box as they are in the population, and it's because they don't vote. So anytime you see something like this, you begin to understand, as Bud says, why they're not better represented at the Capitol. It's because they don't vote.
And will sanctuary cities bill, will that law now, will that drive out any Hispanic voters in the future?
The Democrats want this to be the Pete Wilson moment where Texas turns blue. But, we have a governor who's married to a first lady whose grandparents are from Monterey, and he's very popular in the Valley. It's unclear whether the Republicans will gain any ground at all off this bill, or whether the Democrats will gain ground off this bill.
Gotcha. We'll be watching. Gentlemen, thank you guys very much. We appreciate it. And thank you for watching as well.